It's an honor to just have my work recognized and know that people, I guess, see it as something that's valid and worth viewing. So it's really cool. It's really cool to see that, the last 3 years of work that I've put into, I guess, my film and some different pieces has kind of come into fruition. My passion for journalism really started when I was in the military, serving as a reconnaissance man and scout sniper. It basically is my job to report information on the battlefield back to commanders using photography and writing, and that's really where I kind of fell in love with photography and writing. I knew that was something that I wanted to do, so I guess I want to use it to help people and make a difference. I think journalism really has the ability to change the opinions of people and to make a difference in difficult situations, and I guess I hope I can be a part of that.
I'm the first in my family to graduate with a bachelor's degree. I'm a first gen, and it means the world to everybody in my family, as well as me, just to even be a finalist. I want people to read what I write or watch what I create and be like, that was factual, that was everything we needed to know, without all the bias, without all the opinion. I'm moving to Washington, D.C. in May, and my dream job has always been to work for the Washington Post. However, I will settle for the New York Times, but I want to be a writer. I want to be a journalist. And I'm a mother of 3. My husband's in the military. I'm older than most college students, so I'm not your average pick for something like this. And so it just means a lot knowing that it doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter what you have on your plate, you can still achieve so much.
To have an outside professional group say you're doing a good job, it doesn't come around that often for anybody, so it's nice when it happens. You can feel something from watching a movie or listening to a song, but journalism's kind of cool because it's one of the only things that you can do that can accomplish both at the same time. I went to this support group meeting for parents. It's called Parents Who Need Parents, and it's a support group for parents of children or guardians of children with reactive attachment disorder. Sometimes our kids have meltdowns at school, and sometimes we don't know how to handle them, and sometimes all of these things happen, which is something that I also had to kind of deal with when I was growing up with my little brother. So it kind of struck me on a personal level that I wasn't really expecting when I got there, but I think it turned out really, really well. I'm more proud to have people read it than probably anything else I've done.
So I think for me, I'm a forward, so I score a lot of goals. Well, I try to anyways. Kind of that feeling of just accomplishing something and doing it for the sake of your team or just like the right thing to do almost. And I think that kind of translates into journalism as like, we're trying to get the right facts and convey it in the most ethical way, and when you do that and you like accomplish something, kind of like scoring a goal, I just kind of fell in love with it. Like I like the way you can learn how to use a camera and like set up an interview and just like get the story out of people, because I'm really interested in like other people's upbringing or just their story, and I think it's really cool how you can just convey the message like through whatever platform you're gonna do. Someone else is reading your stories and like really liking it, and that was the biggest part for me. Someone else is appreciating all the work that I'm putting into this.
It's really humbling. A lot of the things I write about, I fortunately haven't felt personally on the same scale many of my sources have. For example, many of the stories I've written are about addiction, and it's something that really makes me reflect on my own life, my own privileges. I think journalism is going to stick to its laurels. I think that the future of journalism is going to have the same core, but maybe the exterior, the package it comes in might be a little bit different. It might look different. There might be more video, there might be more graphics. It warms my heart that I've been selected to be here. I'm very, very honored.
Working with the newspaper, I really loved talking to people and getting to know their stories. And also the investigative part, I've been able to figure out some things that were a little iffy and letting people know about them. I'm a features editor, so I'm working on really human interest pieces. I think the aspect of getting to know someone and sharing their story and finding these little things about them that make them super special. Like I've gotten to talk to a ton of different sports people, and I do love the investigative part, so I want to say thank you, and this will help me further my education and keep going, and you guys keep doing what you're doing, because there are a lot of critics, and we just have to keep going, I guess.
It's such a privileged honor to be able to feel like I'm an up-and-coming storyteller and journalist and reporter. Why I chose journalism is more why journalism chose me. I come from a legacy of storytellers. My grandmother was a woman who did not know how to read or write, but was one of the most wise, incredible storytellers that I've ever met. It kind of saved me as a young person, writing, photography, film, as a young person growing up in Denver and going through various things. It was the written word, it was film, it was photography that kept my spirit alive, and I hope that I can share that with other people in our city.